everybody, it's Anna. Welcome to the Thursday card in this week's tarot story. This is our second major arcana card for the week, and it is the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is the 5 card in the major arcana. And as I mentioned on Monday, 5 is the number for challenge or conflict sometimes. So I also mentioned that 2021, the year 2021 reduces to a 5. So this year, theoretically, according to numerology, would be like the year of challenge or conflict. So conflict and challenge, you might think that's a negative thing, but actually in the tarot trajectory, if you look at the steps of the tarot, right, there are 10 steps. So 5 is the midpoint in our journey. It's the point at which I think of it as we're going up the hill, and it's the point we're just almost at the top of the hill. And just before you get to the top of the hill, you have to really hit the gas to meet that challenge point. You have to push yourself forward. And then once you push yourself forward, then you go on the other side. Now you're going downhill, you're gaining some momentum for the second half of your journey. So even though it can be a challenge point, it's also a point that gives you extra energy to push forward. Or you don't meet the challenge and you slide back down. So in the major arcana, the Hierophant is represents, he looks like he's a pope, right? That's his representation. And for me, I think of this as the movement from our home into the marketplace. Because in medieval world, the church was the center of the marketplace, the center of our common communal life. So we're going from our household, which is the Emperor card, the 4 card, into the marketplace, which is the 5 card. So this card is a challenge because it is moving from a place of privacy to a place of being in the public, to being visible. And that's why it's a challenge point, because now you're moving from a place that's pretty safe and comfortable and private into a place where people are going to see you. And that always makes us nervous. Am I going to be laughed at? Am I going to be rejected? Are people going to, not be interested in what I have to offer? Are my gifts going to be, scorned? There's lots of those anxieties that come up with the 5 moment. And that's what this Hierophant is. And what occurs to me is that this year, as I mentioned, it's a 5 years. There's lots of struggle and lots of conflict, but lots of opportunity for us to figure things out. Because when you're in conflict, things that maybe have been kind of in place are suddenly falling apart or being challenged. And you get to really look at things in a new way. And when you move from the home into the marketplace, you discover new things about yourself. You discover not only that what your gifts, what your message, what your creativity offers, but also it expands. The simple act of moving into the marketplace changes what you offer. So there is something about having other people interacting with you that broadens the gift and makes it more powerful and more rich and more expansive. So this card showing up here, we've had kind of the struggle this week has been about balance and energy and whether we're accidentally investing negative energy into the world. Well, this card is a good way to look at, just like the Judgment card helps us see where maybe which was the Monday card, helps us see where we're investing energy accidentally into the world and getting it back. The Hierophant also gives us an opportunity for that, because when you move into the world and other people are now seeing you, it gives you a chance to see yourself in a broader way with a larger context. So consider your interaction in the larger world. What does it feel like when you're in the world? Do you feel vulnerable? Do you feel defensive? Do you feel antagonistic? Do you feel hostile? Do you feel fearful? Like, what is happening in the larger world? Because if you can find that experience, you can figure out what might be holding you back. What's the pain point for you, which is preventing you from really being completely comfortable and yourself in the world and embracing the opportunity for expansion that comes when you get into the world. Yes, going into the world is scary and it has challenge points, but if you can meet those challenge points one by one, however many there are, then at the end of that, you get to a place of deep expansion. And really our purpose on the planet is not to be by ourselves in our own rooms doing stuff. It is to in some way engage and broaden the world around us. And that feels really great when you're able to pass through all the challenges and get there. So this feels like a good card to show up, for the end of the year, the end of a 5-year, as well as a way for us to, again, track down where we're having some problems and solve them for ourselves. So 2022 is coming up, and that's a 6-year, and the 6 is about harmony and integration. So that's my projection for us in 2022. We're going to engage all these challenge points, get them all sorted, and then next year we're going to be able to do some balancing, some harmonizing, some integration. So I'll see you tomorrow for our final card this week. Bye.